Are tsunamis ever beneficial? The fact is that no one knows what a tsunami will bring with it other than disaster. Truth be told, fresh discoveries are unearthed at the same time, some wonderful, others startlingly bad. From a two-headed porpoise to the mermaid of Great Yarmouth, here are 10 bizarre creatures discovered after tsunamis. Number 10. Two-headed porpoise. Cases of conjoined twins being born aren't something new to mankind, but this was indeed the rarest sighting of all. Two fishermen in the Netherlands were caught off guard on what they considered a normal fishing day when they caught what seemed to be a two-headed porpoise. It had one body with two fully grown heads. Shocking as it is, the fishermen took quick pictures before tossing it back into the water, thinking it was against the law to capture such a creature, which in my opinion is typical of man's fear of the unknown. They most certainly did the right thing, but approaching it from another angle could have brought some groundbreaking discoveries, given that it is the 10th sighting of a partial twinning in cetaceans. Number 9. A faceless fish. It's normal for a fisherman to speculate that what they catch on their fishing nets is fish or nothing at all, but this was unexpected. Fishermen discovered a faceless fish, which it believed to be the second sighting of this mysterious creature on their deep-sea voyage. It seemed like a normal fish with fins, mouth, and gills, but with no eyes or nose. A lot of questions popped up that are still unanswered, with the troubling one being, how did it see without eyes? This is because the faceless fish doesn't have any eyes, and the mouth isn't visible like any other creature because the mouth is underneath its body. Hence, it gives it the appearance of not having a face. The only standout explanation is that it had an echolocation just like the bats and is currently known as the faceless cusk. To this point, every theory is certainly correct. Tell us what you think in the comment section below. Number 8. The sea serpent. Oarfish are the longest known bony fish to ever exist and scary on sight, but pretty harmless. As the name goes, it looks like a serpent, but it's actually called the oarfish and thought it could tell a tragedy is coming. If you ever thought that the oarfish myths are just stories told to scare us, well, you had it wrong. Oarfish are mythically believed to be a sign of an earthquake or a tsunami coming, but in our case, it was late. Everyone was busy trying to film this silvery fish found by locals in the Philippines, making it the talk of the day. Though the myth's origins are Japanese, doesn't mean it doesn't work for us. It's kind of reckless not listening to the messenger of the sea god's palace. Word of advice: if you ever come across an oarfish on the shore, you'd better start packing up and leaving, unless you want to find out how big the tsunami is going to be. Number 7. Weird hairy blob. At this point, we should agree that the Philippines should be the home of bizarre discoveries after the tsunami. This mysterious carcass was found laying in the shallow waters of the Indonesian islands. The photographers show that it's 15 feet long and weighs 4,000 pounds. Some think it's a dugong or a sea cow, while others think it's an old, strange-looking sheepdog. At first glance, the only other animal that can get this big is a whale, but the strange object looks like it's covered in long, shaggy white hair. After careful investigation by scientists, they all came to a halt that it was a carcass of a whale. Everyone most certainly wants to be right on this mysterious guess, but whatever it was, it must have been through hell for the currents to wash it up there. Number 6. Flying smoke creature. I admit that I've seen some creepy videos in our technological era, but this is by far the creepiest. The 2001 unfortunate Japanese tsunami brought along this unexplained smoky creature that was battling the water currents. As the floods made their way into the city, one curious bystander started recording what was happening, probably for just the memory, when what seemed like a creature overpowered by the currents hopped out of the water and over the wall. right on the other side. Can you see it? It could have been some kind of undiscovered fish, but on a closer look, no fish could climb up that wall. This blurry figure caused panic, especially when our able scientists couldn't explain it either. We aren't sure what it really was, but we'll probably see it again now that it made it out, hopefully in a less floody situation. Number 5. Megamouth Shark. Meet the megamouth shark, a remarkably rare shark, one you'd never want to meet. Although you don't have to be scared since this shark isn't a danger to humans. It hasn't attacked any humans, and it's built to be a filter feeder. Quite a relief, right? This 15 feet of terror, which so happens to have an abnormally large mouth as its name, was found lifeless close to the shore by Philippine fishermen. It was so huge, such that it had to be carried to the shore by numerous people, since ocean currents alone couldn't do the trick. All this led to scientists thinking that the megamouths are poor swimmers. And by the way, they taste better battered and fried, just in case you're wondering what they did with all that meat. Number 4. The Houston Mysterious Fangs. This Texas beach is known for its breathtaking beauty as well as scary discoveries. This particular fanged creature had everyone staring in fear when it was discovered after the Harvey hurricane. Our mysterious creature was found by a young lady who was taking a walk on the beach. The creature that had already begun decaying had fang-like teeth and was the length of a shark, yet still as scary as it comes. Despite her astonishment, she quickly took pictures of it and posted it on social media, hoping that she'd get answers. The whole thing was a shock to the world, more so to lovers of the Texas beach, who most probably decided to be cautious from then on. Scientists couldn't give a straight answer at the moment, some saying it could be a conger eel, though that doesn't look like an eel to me. Number 3. Blue jellyfish. Coming across jellyfish isn't something that should surprise you when you're visiting New Jersey at the right time of year. Over 4 species have been identified to dwell in these beautiful ocean waters, including the blue jellyfish. The main reason it hasn't been found is that there were extremely rare sightings until they were spotted by a woman taking her dogs for a walk. It uses its tentacles that tend to be deadly to its prey. With this acquired knowledge about the blue jellyfish and their ability to sting, it's best not to handle them when you're spot on the beach. Number 2. A giant squid. Well, if you're wondering what a giant squid is, well, it's a species of deep ocean squid and an example of a deep-sea gigantism. On a random day, beach lovers discovered a shiny giant squid carcass on Long Beach in South Africa. The first images of this animal were taken by a Japanese team in the year 2004. Well, squids are believed to be the most elusive of all sea creatures, except on rare occasions like this one when they mess up, which they rarely do. The body of a squid is around 2.2 meters long alone. Then the tentacles and arms, which most probably stretch to 3.5 meters. Such a huge find. Number 1. The Mermaid of Great Yarmouth. Years back on Norfolk Beach, a man claimed to have found the remains of what he claimed to have looked like a human-like creature, with a fishtail, well, maybe a mermaid lying on the sand. This is quite gruesome and, well, scary to have come across such a creature. I honestly can't explain how he was feeling at the moment, because if it were me, I know for sure I would have freaked out. The creature had both a tail and fins, plus a head that was decayed, but actually looked human, with the head and tail intact. But the torso was rotting, plus the visibility of the entrails was confusing, right? As always, there are those who doubt these details of the creature. It's actually strange and things don't add up on how the internal organs were intact. What are your thoughts about the Mermaid of Great Yarmouth? Do you believe the story, or do you have doubts? Until next time, adios.